first trimester of the 2017-18 school year is over, and our second trimester class is busy working on segments for a special edition Friday show before Thanksgiving break. Today, for this week's Friday show, we bring you our annual Student Teacher Spotlight show featuring unique talents of students and teachers here at Maryville High School.
Back in April, current junior Brian Subcheck was hand-selected to participate in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for this upcoming holiday season.
It's the best moment every year. Out in front commemorating their 10th anniversary is the Macys Great American Marching Band. These students represent the best high school band members in all 50 states, and today 60 alumni musicians from the first 9 years have joined the regular band. Directors Richard Good and Doug Rosner, and producer Dennis Rose.
The Macys Great American Marching Band is a mix of 250 kids from the United States of America who audition. They try to get equal amounts from each state, but they accept anyone that they like. What got me interested in Macys? Senior Allison Vanderbilt, she graduated last year. She said it was really fun, so I decided to try out just for the heck of it, and I got accepted. Okay, so in January I put out an application, and then by April I got my acceptance letter, and that's all you have to do. You just have to record an audition.
Upon his arrival, Subcheck has an eventful schedule planned for his week-long stay.
So we land in New York on Saturday, November 18th, and they're going to have someone to pick me up at the airport. And just for the whole entire week till Thursday, we're going to be practicing every single day from morning to night. During the week, we just don't perform. We also go to Times Square, we go to Rockefeller Plaza, and we go visit a lot of places, and we get to go shopping, and we get to go to monuments and everything in New York. So we also get like a tour of New York while we perform in the Macy's Day Parade.
As a heavily involved band student, Subcheck believes the Macys tradition will further help him stand out to colleges and become a music educator.
Well, I played the clarinet, the euphonium, the trombone, and I also was the drum major for this year's marching band. This will help me in college because colleges love to look at people that do a lot in the community, and especially with Macys, it's going to be a big deal.
Being prolific with instruments, having led the band, and being exposed to diversity are steps towards his goal of becoming a music educator.
Macys, the Great American Marching Band, as they call it, is going to be the biggest band that he's ever played in. So I don't know if that's going to be a shock to him, but it's going to help him so much. He'll be exposed to so many different kids from all over the United States, the lower 48, Puerto Rico, Alaska, Hawaii, and learning and being exposed to those cultures and that much diversity, it's just going to help him be a better educator.
Having taught Brian for a couple of years, Mr. Danielson has noticed changes in Brian's abilities.
It's very difficult to answer because he's improved in so many different aspects. But when he first came to Maryville, he was rather quiet as a freshman. But when he broke out of his shell and started talking more, he started playing more. The more he played, the better he got, and he's an outstanding musician and a decent role model for the freshmen, and he's a good friend to all the band students.
I'm really looking forward to the people. I've already been chatting with them online, and they've just been really super nice, and I just can't wait to see them.
This is a great opportunity, and we wish him the best of luck as he represents Maryville High School. Signing off for PNN, I'm Samaria Patrick.
Many know Mr. Coffee as a health and substance abuse teacher. What others may not realize is that Mr. Coffee also likes to refurbish automobiles and is currently rebuilding his Jeep with the help of the MHS Auto Shop.
When I was about 8 or 9 years old, that's when my father decided he liked Jeeps and he wanted to get one from a trip in Hawaii he went to. He got a Jeep and he said, hey, that's really cool, maybe I should go get one sometime. And when we were driving down the road, I actually spotted the Jeep behind me out on the side of the road, and lo and behold, he went and purchased the Jeep from a guy that he was selling it, and it's always been in our family since then. And ever since then, I was talking to my dad like, hey, how's the Jeep running? You know, when am I going to get the Jeep? And I'm just joking around with him about it. And he knew it meant a lot to me, and we drove it all the time throughout high school when I would go visit him in Chicago. And he was a fireman for 33 years, and then he retired in 2007. In 2008, that's when he unfortunately passed away unexpectedly. And my two sisters and myself were trying to think about, what do we do with the stuff? How's the process going to go? And my two sisters looked at the Jeep and they're like, that thing's junk. Let's just get rid of it. I was like, oh no, I always wanted it. Let me have it. And they're like, okay. So I had it and had a lot of fun with it throughout college. And then I was like, man, I really need to restore this thing because things were falling apart and breaking. And that's when I really got serious with it. But then I got married and had kids and all that. So, that's when it got put on the back burner for a while, until it got resurrected when my kids were old enough to start driving in it. And it just the sentimental value of the Jeep is a lot more than what people understand. I'm not even a car person necessarily, but I have become a car person because I'm still trying to relive things and memories that I've had with my father, and that's the best experience I could give to both my children. And since they loved riding in the Jeep in the summer all the time, I thought that'd be a good experience for them, and me explaining who their grandfather was and what kind of person he was as far as helping people, and hopefully when it's all done, then I can pass it down to one of my sons when they get older as well. All right, so we've been working on the Jeep for about 5 or 6 weeks now. As you can see, most likely behind me, we had the frame, rolling chassis ready to go. We sandblasted that thing, and that's all good. Now we just need to put the engine in and other driveline parts and do the body work. So hopefully around January, I'd say we might be able to get something done. If not, maybe February. But regardless, we only have 2 hours a day to work on it, and half that time is whether we're cleaning up or working on other cars in the auto shop class. It just depends on what they have going on. So I think realistically we could get it done maybe in January or February would be a good goal.
While there are many talented people at MHS who are involved in our thespian troupe, Aliana Encinas uses her acting abilities outside of school.
What got me into acting is that when I was, 13, I saw a play at my church, and I wanted to do everything that they were doing. I wanted to be able to put on a show, and I wanted to entertain people. And I act primarily at church, and it's fun. You get to send a message out as well as putting on a show and entertaining people.
Hi, my name is Demetrius Tony, and I am the production manager at Embassies of Christ. I've worked there for about 3 years now, and since being there, Aliana is a part of our media ministry as well as the theater ministry there. And since me being there, I have really watched her develop as not just on the media team, but more so as an actor. I've watched her evolve, I've watched her grow, I've watched her mature and really become one with the characters that she gets cast as, whether it's a happy character, a sad character. She really doesn't have any problem with embracing that and totally tapping into who that character is and what that means to her personally. So with that being said, I'm so excited to see what the future holds for her in her theater, dance, as well as media.
I've been acting for about 4 years now. I would do it as a career, but I've primarily been focusing on physical therapy and medical school. But if I get the chance and the opportunity to be in a play in later in life, then I will take it. I'll take it.
Being an actress in plays, she has different people that she looks up to.
I have 3 main female actresses that I look up to that I actually know and that I can learn from. They're Jubilee, Tajay, and Lysandria. Jubilee goes here, but Tajay and Lysandria are both grown, and they help me in a way of expanding myself. They can mold into a character easily, and that's what I want to do. That's how I want to be.
Okay, I honestly didn't know that I was her role model. but I'm very excited about it because I didn't know that somebody could like look up to me, especially someone that's really close to me. But she's my role model too. I love her because she's excellent in what she does. So, yeah.
Many of Aliana's close friends are surprised at what she does and marvel at her abilities.
Aliana is a great actress. I remember watching her actually because she started acting before me. So I remember seeing her doing like the different plays when we were at church, and I didn't know she could act, honestly. I was like, oh wow, like I was really impressed with her. But me and her, we started acting 2 years ago. Well, I started acting 2 years ago, and we had our first play, which was True Love Waits, and she played my best friend in it. When we're on stage, we work very well together. We compliment each other on stage. We help each other out. And then not only that, but like even outside of school, like we had a bond. Like it was like really close because we were with each other every day. So like we just kind of got to see how each other were. And
I know you see Jack. She does have to speak. Yes, she does. Keep. Hey. No. You guys are best friends. Stop. You two need to be friends. She don't want to be my friend. Yes, she does. Damn. I want to be friends with you. Cool. Now, probably be nice to each other. Okay.
Aliana continues to inspire and entertain people at her church, and we hope to one day see her on the big stage. Signing off for PNN, I'm Azaria Richardson.
Harvest Time Pumpkin Patch, owned by MHS's very own AP language teacher, Mrs. Sickinger, is a great seasonal attraction for anyone in the autumn spirit. It has great aspects such as small attractions for children, a 4-acre corn maze, delicious treats, and much more.
So this is the pumpkin patch that my husband and I started 10 years ago from humble beginnings. We started with literally just a pumpkin patch and hay rides, and it has grown to what you're going to see here. And it's very, very humbling to see how huge this has gotten with all the hard work and dedication.
Mrs. Sickinger prides herself in her business's humble beginnings.
This pumpkin patch is definitely a labor of love. It started about 6 months after I met my husband when we were just dating. One of our first dates was to County Line Orchard, and he said, hey, we should grow pumpkins. And I didn't really take him seriously. And 10 years later, here we are. And it is definitely teamwork, a lot of sacrifice, and it's amazing to see that you can work together with someone and create something so huge and so fulfilling.
Balancing being a business owner and a teacher has given Mrs. Sickinger a variety of different obstacles to overcome.
As a business owner, you still have to deal with a lot of complications and problems, and in the classroom you have to do the same thing. You have difficult people no matter where you're going to work, no matter what business you're going to work for or own. You're always going to have to learn how to problem solve and try to market everything that you have to the best of your abilities. It is actually a lot easier to be in the classroom and to deal with just my 100 students than it is to deal with thousands and thousands of people that attend your business.
If you want to become an entrepreneur or a business owner, Mrs. Sickinger has some advice for you.
I think it is very important for students who are interested in owning a business to at least get an associate's degree, if not a 4-year degree in management, and especially in accounting. Also, any job or any internship that you can get where you can learn the inside mechanics of how things work is critical. And anybody who is interested in like marketing and web design, there's a huge demand for it, and it pays good money because not everybody's really good at it. So marketing people, you are in desperate need in this community for sure.
Even though harvest time season is over, Mrs. Sickinger hopes that this pumpkin patch will be open for years to come. Signing off from PNN, I'm Imani Buds.
A lot of you here at MHS may know the senior Skip Garcia. He's friendly, funny, and has a great personality. But what you may not know is that he cuts hair on the side. He cuts all types of hair, and it is easily one of his favorite things to do.
I've been cutting hair seriously for about a year now. I started last fall. I took it more serious last fall. But I've been cutting my little brother's hair about 2 years now.
Skip has been cutting my hair for 3 or 4 months now. I asked for him to give me a taper.
He's been cutting my hair for about a year now. I tell him to give me the sauciest thing he can give me, something to make my girl and his girl want me.
I say there's many different things that I like about cutting hair, but probably my favorite is it's just the feeling. Everybody knows when you get out the chair after a clean cut, you look in the mirror, you feeling yourself. So when you my favorite is when the client gets up, they see the cut, and their confidence level just goes to the sky. That's probably my favorite part.
I like the razor linings, I guess, yeah.
I like the music when he cuts your hair, and his hospitality, just amazing.
I charge $10 for a cut. That's like, if you go to a normal barber shop, it's about $15, $20, some $25. But I charge about $10. I do $5 lineups, and with every cut, I use a razor. I think a reason why people should get their hair cut by me, for one, the price. I mean, it's obviously cheaper, and I feel as if I give out quality cuts every time. But I think the biggest reason is because when you come get a cut, I like to have conversations with people. I like to know more about my clients. I feel like when you go to a barbershop, there's that you're gonna see that at every barbershop, but I feel like people in the high school, they can relate to. We have the same problems. We could talk about the same things. We relate more. So I think that's why. Well, I got the first opportunity to cut at Purdue when Sean Streck, who graduated 2 years ago from Maryville, he actually goes to Purdue and he wrestles there. He came back in town one weekend. He had hit me up. He asked for a cut, and when he went back to Purdue, he gave me a text saying that people on the team, they like the cut, and they want me to go out there. So that's how I first started cutting there. I make a trip out there about every 2 to 3 weeks, or whenever the guys really need a cut, they'll tell Sean to text me.
I get my hair cut every 2 to 3 weeks.
Get my hair cut. I go either every other week or every month.
I have big goals when it comes to cutting hair. I want this to be my career. I don't want to just be in a barbershop my entire life. I want to own my own. I want to own multiple under my name. I just want to get better. I started cutting hair because when we were younger, my mom, I love my mom to death, but she's not a barber, and she started cutting. She cut me and my brother's hair as we were growing up. But I got older, I started going to a barber shop. My little brother was still going to her to get his hair cut, and well, they weren't the best cut. So I told my little brother to let me cut his hair one time. He was hesitant at first, but I started looking up videos on YouTube. That's how I really started. I kept on, repetitions one of the best, probably the best way to enhance your skills. So I really just kept on cutting his hair, and then when I took it more serious last fall, that's when I started cutting more people's hair, and that's how I learned. If people want a haircut, they can go to my Instagram. They can DM me on Instagram, and on my Instagram, I have my number is actually on there, and they could text me.
Now that you all know more about Skip and have seen a little bit deeper into what he does, you should be inclined to contact him by visiting his Instagram account at skip.gv. With the skill and dedication he possesses, you will see he is a cut above the rest.
My name is Garcia. A lot of people know me as Skip. I'm a senior here, and I cut hair. I'm cold.
Here at Maryville High School, there are several teachers that are making a difference in students' lives. However, there is one in particular that is not only making an impact in the classroom, but on and off the court as well.
My name is Anthony Patton. A lot of people know me as Bo Patton. This is my 5th year in the Maryville Community School Corporation, my first year at Maryville High School, and I teach business. I've been playing basketball since the age of 5 years old. Had some great influence and mentors along the way. Taught us the fundamentals of the game. And also my dad was a big influence growing up. He always made sure I stayed in the gym, whether I was getting extra shots up, working on ball handling, or anything like that. Moved to Maryville in the 4th grade, went to Miller Elementary School, played 7th and 8th grade at Pierce Middle School, and then continued on to the high school.
So when Coach Patton was playing, a couple things. He was a 3-year starter, so he really did a good job as a point guard nonetheless, being a coach on the floor, understanding kind of the role of different guys, being a point guard, having a good balance between getting other guys involved, getting certain guys going a little bit, and then kind of taking care of yourself offensively, whatever the team might need.
My first year of high school, I broke my shoulder, or the bone in my shoulder, clavicle, and I had to sit out the summer of my freshman year. So I ended up playing freshman basketball for part of the season, and then I was moved up to the JV roster midway through. The varsity team was really good that year, but they graduated 8 seniors, so as a sophomore, Coach East moved me up to the starting lineup as a sophomore, played varsity ball as a sophomore, and also as a junior. And in my junior year, I had a very memorable moment, which most people remember me by, which was the half-court buzzer beater I hit in the sectional semifinal.
A lot of people don't know, if you've ever been around Coach Patton for anything longer than about 10 minutes, you would know, but he hit what's known as the Maryville Miracle, a game-winning half-court shot in a sectional semifinal. So I'm sure if you ever want to hear a story, he makes it really long. It's really not that long of a story. He makes it really long, but it's about him making a half-court shot. But it is an ultimate kind of story to tell, just about his perseverance, and really does a good job kind of conveying the type of person that he is and just overcoming and battling through. In that story, I'll save that for Coach Patton to tell, but it's just really about his toughness.
Well, Hutnick at the free throw line. The Maryville fans making noise. First free throw up, he missed it. Do you want pressure? Do you want it? Here it is for Adam Hutnick. He will get one more free throw. This to put Chesterton in the lead. Eyes the rim. He puts up the shot. He got it. 1-point lead. Wanunu gets into Patton. Patton spin move. Down to 1 second. Half court shot up. Gone! 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 Half court wins it. It wins it for Maryville. I don't believe what I just saw. Folks, this is the most remarkable final seconds you could have seen. And the shot he took just over half court, he had to double pump. He was at an angle, and it just went right in the basket. And Maryville wins it 57-55.
It's a great moment in my life. My peers, my family, got some respect from outsiders and some exposure from college coaches. Deciding to school for me was hard. I knew I wanted to continue to play basketball in college, but I wasn't really getting the schools that I thought I was able to play at. So I opted to choose Robert Morris University, which is located in Springfield, Illinois. And my main reason for that decision was the small school environment and also the coaching staff who they reached out to me almost every day, and they seemed really interested in me. At Robert Morris, I received my bachelor's degree, graduated in 3.5 years. I was a team captain since I was a sophomore, and also on campus I was very active. I was a tutor and also a mentor all 4 years throughout my college experience. Also scored over 1,000 points and had a pretty good record with the assists. So my degree is in business, so technically I didn't go to school to be a teacher. Honestly, never thought I would be a teacher, but started training. Actually started, when I graduated college, I started training some of my college teammates looking to go overseas, and then just some of the college teammates who were underclassmen, and really found I had a passion for training. But moved back home in December after I graduated and started training and started working at a retail store to earn some money. And lo and behold, somehow Coach Lux heard about what I was doing, and we sat down for an interview. I did some volunteer work for him, and before you know it, I was hired as a coach on the Maryville basketball staff.
My name's Jalen Holmes. Coach Patton, he influenced me by being a mentor. He always makes me go hard. He gets me 100% better at everything. He keeps me up with grades, training, basketball, all the above. Yeah, he's a good coach.
Okay, so Coach Patton, overall, he's been a real good help. He's helped me physically, mentally, mentoring, as well as basketball training. He's been a good help, and I really appreciate it.
My name's Johnny Bernard. Bo, he's been a good inspiration to me. He helped me ever since I've been here with everything, as far as anything I need, or basketball, homework, anything, he's there for me, and he's always been there for me.
All right, my name's Mr. Pritt. Mr. Patton kind of took me under his wing. I'm new to coaching basketball as well here, so he's kind of helped me out a lot, showed me what the basketball team's doing, helped me run through the offense and kind of understand what they want to do as a team. Always there if I have any questions. His room's right down the hall, and he's always there with a helping hand if I ever need it.
But I was hired as a coach on the Maryville basketball staff, and also that same year they had a teaching position open. But since I wasn't necessarily had a degree in teaching, had to go back to school and get a transition and teaching license from Calumet College of St. Joe's. And before you know it, I'm in my 5th year teaching.
From coaching basketball, mentoring students, teaching business, and starting his own business, there's no doubt of the impact Mr. Patton has here at MHS. Signing off for PNN, I'm Jamani Keys.
And I'm Alana Winters.